Alright, well, my name's Chase, and this is the first of hopefully many video blogs that hopefully we'll be having. I guess the purpose behind the video blogs that I'm going to be doing, the main purpose is to help my my teenagers that are my youth group to kind of see the beauty in daily pursuing God. I know it doesn't happen overnight, or it's a process, and a really neat thing has been shown to me recently about seeing God in the small stuff and the stuff around us, you know. And it's actually kind of an ancient principle, but I'm new to it, I guess. So there's a couple different people that I attribute this to. A book called Celebration of Discipline by Richard Foster, and also an artist who kind of let me onto the idea, and that's KJ52, who does a video blog, and you can go to his website, and he does a Monday blog. And so I don't know how often I'll do these things, but I just want to help those who would like to see the beauty in this, and hopefully maybe apply it to their lives and start, not to say you have to do a video blog or anything like that, but just to start seeing God in the small stuff. It's almost like Jesus. He would teach in parables, and so every day almost making a parable, or looking at the things that surround your life and the little stories and the different things, and then seeing God in that, and finding what God's trying to teach you through it. And so that's kind of the purpose behind this. So, but like I said, this isn't going to be something I'm going to do all the time. I don't know how often. I don't know if it's going to be a daily thing, or it's like a weekly thing, or bi-weekly. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But hopefully this will be beneficial. I guess I see a real need for this because the influences that we allow into our lives, and I see this especially with the teenagers that I'm able to minister to. Like, to be honest with you, as a youth pastor, I only get them for like 2 hours a week if I'm lucky. And if I might see them throughout the week, maybe whether it be at the store or at a football game, or whatever. So it's a little bit weird, excuse me, when I start to really think about like the fact that the influences in their lives, that they're influenced constantly at school, and they're spending most of the time at school and sleeping, and with their family, and with the TV or any kind of media, or their friends. And so I want to help them. I guess the real purpose behind this is to give them something they can go to daily and kind of maybe learn some things. But also, hopefully, don't just let me speak into your life. Make this something where you start to do this for your life, because it's only good if you learn how to do it for yourself. So I've been really struggling with my computer lately, and in the sense that it's kind of crazy. I got this, like, some kind of virus. I don't know where I got it from. I have no clue. But it's on my computer right now, and it's constantly. I've spent days just trying to figure out how to figure out my computer. But it started slow as I started noticing a few things here or there, and all of a sudden now my computer just like freaked out. It was a slow process, I guess. It kind of just hit me upside the head. It was like all of a sudden, bam, there it is. And now I've got it back to where it's working again, but it was a long process to get it there. And I'm sure that if I really wanted to get it fixed, I need to take it in and get it checked up, because I'm sure there's stuff behind the scenes that I can't see, that I can't fix myself, because I don't know how to fix it. But I don't know, I really started to think about that today, and started to think about like how that kind of applies to my life. And I thought of this story out of the Bible, and it's a story about this guy named Samson, and a lot of us have heard his story. Maybe you haven't, but I don't know. He was chosen of God. He was made to be this really powerful warrior for God, and to change his world. And he had some weaknesses, and he sought after those weaknesses. But it was slow, It wasn't something that happened overnight and boom, he failed. But it was like a slow process in his life. Before he knew it, all of a sudden now he's captive by his enemy, and which is pretty tough, because that's not exactly what really God wanted, although I think he allowed it to happen. But Samson allowed himself to slowly, it's almost like quicksand, which is kind of a funny word because quicksand isn't really quick, it's slow, but it's slowly sinking, and before you know it, all of a sudden you're trapped and you can't get out unless somebody comes along to save you. And I feel like that's kind of how my computer was. That's kind of how Samson's life is, because I look at my life and I see the same stuff. I see the same thing where I'm slowly fading, almost like that song by Casting Crowns called The Slow Fade. It doesn't happen overnight. The failure of sin doesn't happen just like all of a sudden, bam, there it is, you're in sin. It's a slow thing, and it's kind of scary because you can't see it coming. It's funny because I've heard this multiple times about how what's the easiest way to boil a frog? Well, you put them in a pot of water and you slowly turn that heat up, which I've never really tried to boil a frog and don't really want to, but I guess the principle is it's a slow thing. I think that's exactly where the enemy wants us. That's what he wants to happen with us, and that's what he does. He lays out things to slowly get us used to the sin. Before we know it, we're deep in sin. We don't know what to do. And I'm the same way. I look at my life and I see this slow fade, this slow process, and all of a sudden now I'm just like my computer, have all these viruses that I can't fix on my own, and nothing I can do, but I can't prevent against them. And I'm just like my computer, just like Samson's life, just like that frog, and that's who I am. And it's tough. But I think that the beauty of God is that he's so stinking patient. If I was God, I'd be so frustrated with myself, Chase. But I just think he's such a patient God. And just like it's a slow thing, and he realizes that we're going to be slow to move. We're going to be slow to figure this stuff out. But God is a gracious God, and if you're in that process where you're just, you're deep in sin, and you wake up one morning, all of a sudden, bam, there it is. Know that God wants to take you out of that pot of boiling water. He wants to take you out of that. He wants to clean up your life and get rid of the viruses like my computer, and he wants to change your life like Samson's life. He wants to take away that slow process of deep in sin. He wants to get you out of the quicksand. But you've got to reach your hands out for him. You've got to make a move towards him. And but that's what he wants. That is exactly what he wants. And the beauty of it is he can take you out of it. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing I can do to fix myself. God's got to do the fixing for me. So just some words for thought, and hopefully this will get better. I'm just new at this, but I hope you have a good day. And I ask, I guess just consider the idea of seeing your world and seeing it through God's eyes, and seeing what God's trying to teach you through just the mundane stuff of life. And God bless.